Okay, so I just did a video about this, and I believe it's uploading. But new report out that apparently Baker Mayfield is requesting a trade if the Browns do not, quote unquote, build around his strengths. The balls that Baker Mayfield has to say this is hilarious to me. What makes him think that he can do this is beyond me. And it doesn't make sense to me what makes him think that the Browns have not built around him. I mean, the last 4 years have been spent, 3 years really, have been spent building around Baker Mayfield. Like, in what world have the Browns not been building around him, building towards his strengths? 2018, Baker had a great rookie year. Everything looked good, looked positive going forward, looked like we finally got the guy. 2019, you bring in Odell Beckham Jr., you traded for him, gave up a lot to get him. That's one thing that people do not remember about 2019 and that Odell Beckham Jr. trade. The Browns gave up a lot to get him in hopes that he and Baker would work out, because John Dorsey thought, hey, I got this hot young quarterback. He's looked really good so far. Let's bring in another elite weapon in OBJ, put him with Jarvis Landry, as well as the other crew, and let's see what he can do. Well, guess what? 2019 fell on his face. The reason why, and everybody can point to Freddie Kitchens was hired because of Baker Mayfield. He hated Hugh Jackson, and Hugh Jackson and Todd Haley got fired. And even though it was, you can't see me, but air quote, Freddie Kitchens calling plays, even though it was really Ken Zampese, Baker got Freddie Kitchens hired as head coach. That was a disaster. So guess what the excuses was? Oh, Freddie Kitchens sucks. The offensive line's terrible. Let's fix things, bring in a new coach. And, that's when Andrew Berry was hired. And it's like, now what? Because after that, you bring in, you fix the offensive line. Okay, great. You sign Austin Hooper to a $40 million contract. I mean, what do the Browns have to do to make Baker feel that they're helping him? Because as far as I'm concerned, that's all the Browns have been doing, is trying to help Baker Mayfield. That's it. It makes no sense to me how he can say this. Like, Baker is playing his way out of Cleveland. It's not that the Browns aren't doing him a good job of building around him. It's Baker. So to sit here and say that, oh, I'm going to request a trade because the Browns aren't building around me is idiotic. Jaden, are you here?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
All right,
All right, let's talk about this. Go ahead. What do you think?
This is stupid. I don't know why you would ever request a trade at this moment when you're already in this bad of a position as it is. Like, I don't get it. I don't know what he's trying to prove. I don't know if his team thinks that this is some sort of threat or what, but it's obviously not, due to the way he's played the last couple weeks. The whole season, he's been awful. I don't know what they're trying to prove by this. If he wants to go, he can go. I don't care. We'll find a replacement of some sort. We don't have the same front office we had 3 or 4 years ago. I think we'll be fine.
Am I wrong when I say that literally his whole career on the Browns, they've done nothing but try to get him in the best position to win?
No,
Am I crazy?
you're not wrong at all. The fact they brought in OBJ, who was insane at the time. They brought him in. They brought in Jarvis Landry. They brought in at one point, which was the highest paid tight end in the league, which yes, he has had his downfalls and stuff. They have the best backfield in the league. They had, I don't know how good it is now, but the O-line's injured. That we have a top 5 O-line. I don't know what he wants.
And that's the biggest thing here. His reasoning, and again, let me pull up the report and read it word for word. I probably should have had this up before I went live, but I literally saw this and I can't believe this. I'm speechless. All right, here's the exact words. Baker Mayfield and his camp would consider requesting a trade if the team doesn't build around his strengths and improve play calling during this offseason.
What
That's the
strengths? The
report.
strengths he's had have not shown through. His accuracy, yeah, that hasn't been here. I don't know. That's like his only strength at this time. I don't know how we're gonna build around his accuracy.
The only part about that report that makes sense to me to an extent is the
Is the
play
play
calling.
calling. Yeah.
But here's the thing with that. I think Kevin Stefanski's been handcuffed by Baker Mayfield, and that's affected the play calling. So, I mean, you could say, oh, the
Yeah.
play calling needs to be better, but what if it's you, Baker? What if that's why the play calling's been like it is? Like,
We need
man.
I think really if they're gonna look at QB options, obviously, if this wasn't obvious enough, they're gonna look at options at least. And if they see a quarterback that they think fits their system better than Baker does right now, I'm not gonna be nowhere near shocked if they go after him and pursue him at all.
Well,
Like,
here's the thing. It doesn't make sense to me how Baker can feel that they're not putting him in a good position because this offense, literally, all it requires from quarterbacks is to get the ball to a specific receiver at specific timing. The offense from the quarterback position is all timing throws. That's all it is. They don't make it super advanced, super difficult for him. No, we don't have the greatest receivers, but it's like, I mean, how many times have we seen Baker have open receivers in front of him, a lot of times with yards to gain, and he just doesn't throw it?
well, we just
Like,
saw it on Sunday with Njoku. Like, yeah, that's
exactly.
the worst read you could ever make, I think, right there.
I mean, and it amazes me how somehow the fans, I don't want to lump every single Browns fan into this, but how some fans can sit back and say that, oh, Baker led the team to the playoffs. Baker was the one who turned things around. Well, I'm sorry. Last season, towards the back half, is when Baker started playing well, first of all. People forget he sucked early on. But even when he did, why the Browns won like they did, first of all, it was an easy schedule, number one. And number two, when the run game is that effective, Baker doesn't have to do much. Baker was doing the stuff that they ask him to do, which is not a lot. Just hit guys when they're open, play action, that kind of stuff. And this year, you can say injuries, whatever. I'll listen to your arguments about injuries, and I'm not talking about you, Jaden, but I'm talking about other people. People will say that injuries are the reason why Baker's not been playing good. Your injuries don't affect you seeing the field. Like how you cannot see a guy wide open and continue to double clutch and hold on to the football. I just don't get it. Jose Altuve, not sure it's the real one. I highly doubt it, but if it is, welcome. Anyway, it's definitely not. I'm not even gonna pretend that it is. But anyway, Baker is a limited quarterback who wouldn't fit in many other teams, so we need to upgrade. Maybe try to make a play for Rodgers, which is unlikely, but it's possible. You could try to draft a quarterback and develop. Here's the thing, Jaden, I'll let you talk on this too. Baker is a limited quarterback, and I think people are starting to see this. He's been figured out. He has to play in a specific offense. This is one of the easiest offenses for quarterbacks to play in, and he's not executing. He's short. He doesn't know how to read defenses. He gets in his own head. He listens to everybody else's opinions about him. So yeah, as far as Baker's side of things, yeah, he is limited, and he's not going to fit on many other teams. That's the thing. I think he's going to realize when he does get moved, and it's not an if, it's a when, people. Baker will not be on the Browns very soon. And I don't think he'll be on the Browns next season. When he does get moved, he's going to find out how good he had it in Cleveland. with all that the Browns have built around him with. So, yeah, that's going to be a problem for him. As far as the other quarterbacks, we'll talk about that in a minute, but um, what do you think about this? What he's saying here?
I agree. I agree for the most part.
Yeah, it's
It, I want to go in more on that injury excuse. I'm not using the injuries. I don't care. If it were an excuse, I think he would have shut it down way earlier in the season. If he were like he was to continue playing through it, like he did, then I'm gonna blame everything he does on him. Because number one, he's hurting the team. He's hurting the team by playing, and he doesn't realize that. And for being such a good leader, you think he would, but apparently he's not a good leader as everyone thought. So
well, the injury thing, it would make sense to me if every single game he was horrible all the time. Like that would make sense. But we've seen times this year where he's played normal, you know? I mean, it's not like
yeah,
he's been hot garbage every single game. That's why I think, and it's interesting on the injury side of things, why Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry, for that matter, seem to think that it's not affecting him that much. If you look at the press conferences and everything they've been saying, it doesn't seem like they think it is. But then you have Alex Van Pelt come out and say, no, the harness is restricting him and all this stuff. AVP is going to be out. Baker's going to be out. I guarantee it. The Browns will have a new offensive coordinator and a new quarterback next year. It's just, it's coming.
Kenny Pickett season.
I hope, and we can go ahead and switch into that. We'll talk about this first. Baker has the weapons and he didn't use OBJ. That's it. I mean, you can say the Browns don't have receivers right now, but if you have a receiving room at the beginning of the year with Odell Beckham Jr., Jarvis Landry, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Rashard Higgins, they drafted Anthony Schwartz. Now he sucks, but still.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
He sucks. I'm sorry. Hey, maybe
No,
with a new
whoa,
quarterback.
whoa.
Maybe with a new quarterback, he'll be good. Who knows?
The only reason you say he sucks is because he hasn't played very much at all.
Well, I don't know, but all right, let's talk about replacements and what the Browns are going to do going forward at the quarterback position. Here I've kind of said this before, but I'll just go ahead and say it again here. I think the most likely scenario is Baker gets traded, and I know people are like, "Oh, the Browns picked up his fifth year. He's not leaving." If you had a brain, you would know that last year the Jets picked up Sam Darnold's fifth year option and then traded him to the Panthers to play on the fifth year option. Well, I guess not play on the fifth year, but have his last year and the fifth year. So it's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Baker will be traded to play out on the fifth year somewhere else. Now, as far as replacements, yes, the Browns are going to throw their names or throw themselves into every name. Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, Aaron Rodgers. They're going to throw it out there for Derek Carr, probably Kirk Cousins. They're
Jalen
going to
Hurts.
get into all these different guys. Now, will they be successful? I don't think so. I don't think the Browns are going to be able to get any of those guys, mostly because of money, but who knows? I see, again, the Browns trade Baker, and then I see the Browns either keeping Case Keenum and drafting a quarterback or signing a free agent quarterback and then drafting one as well. And whoever that may be, it doesn't really matter. I got 3 guys in this draft class that I like. I know everybody thinks this quarterback class is horrible, but if I had to rank them, it would be Kenny Pickett, Malik Willis, and then Matt Corral. Not a big fan of Sam Howell. I think that's Baker 2.0. Desmond Ritter showed against Bama that he just sucks. I mean, that was embarrassing. As somebody who liked Desmond Ritter, that was a real eye-opener for me. But Jaden, what do you think about replacing Baker?
Kenny Pickett season.
That's my number one choice.
I get it. He played for Pitt. Like,
That's the sad
there's,
thing. There's gonna be
yeah,
Browns fans who don't want him because he played for Pitt.
yep. And I like Malik Willis, but I don't think he fits the system at all.
No, they would have to definitely adjust. I think with Willis, though, he's like the Josh Allen of this draft. He's got the
hmm
highest ceiling, the most talent, um, but it's just very raw talent is the problem.
Ben
Um,
Corral, I like him, but he's already had 2 torn ACLs, hasn't he?
um, I don't know. I'd have to check on
He
that.
is very injury prone.
My problem with Corral is I don't think he's got great arm strength. He's pretty accurate, and he's mobile, which is a big thing here. Everybody talks about the draft and all that and nobody being good. Everybody's been saying the Browns need to bring mobility to the quarterback position. Any of those three guys I just named could do that. Kenny Pickett is pretty mobile. You know, you saw the fake slide. That was a big thing. Corral, they designed specific quarterback runs for him so he can move. And Malik Willis is, in my opinion, a very, very, again, very raw version of like a Deshaun Watson and Kyler Murray mixed. So, I mean, if you draft somebody, any of those top three that I named, you're going to have mobility and you're going to have the rookie contract. I see that happening. I really do. I think you're going to have a rookie quarterback and you're going to have Case Keenum or a Marcus Mariota or a Mitch Trubisky, somebody like that. What do you
I
think
could
about
see them
that?
bringing in Marcus Mariota if they're going to bring in like Malik Willis because of the
Yeah.
mobility,
Yeah, the styles.
just to get the offense used to it, I guess.
Yeah, but this is a problem because the hope was that Baker would play fine and then play out next year on the 5th-year option. You draft receivers this year and then see if he's the guy. But the Browns, they're going to move off of him. You know, everybody
I
wants to
think
make
so too.
excuses. What were you saying?
I said I think they will too. I just don't know when. I don't know if they're gonna. My theory was until you brought up Sam Darnold that I totally forgot about was that if they were gonna move on, they were gonna get a quarterback of some caliber, probably draft him. My thing was draft him and then have him sit behind Baker or battle with Baker for the spot until he takes over, and then once Baker's 5th year is done, just let him go.
I get that argument, but here's my problem with that. Knowing Baker, and we know how he is, you know, with the
Yeah,
whole chip on shoulder and media and all that crap. I see him almost being like Cam Newton. Like, you can't bring in another quarterback or he's just going
yeah,
to explode. But I
yeah.
don't
I
know.
can see that. It's just his personality.
All
It's
right.
I don't.
This is one thing that people have been saying also. The people who are on Baker's side of things, he says Baker needs to be traded from this toxic garbage team. The Browns are truly just the Browns. Here's the thing.
Come on,
No,
bro.
Baker is holding the Browns back. The Browns have a top 5 roster. The Browns have a
Easily.
top 5 roster, and he's holding them back with his bad quarterback play. Go look at the season so far. Go look at the schedule and look at how many close games the Browns were in. If they had competent quarterback play, just competent, not even good, just
Not being
does your
stupid.
job, the Browns win a lot more games than they did this year. And that comes on Baker Mayfield's shoulders. All right, Jose Marcus Mariota could be a reclamation project. Honestly, he'd be an upgrade. Um, he's willing to be a starter again, so it could be the most underrated signing of the year. I agree with that. I don't think Marcus Mariota is a starting quarterback in this league, but to be honest, Baker Mayfield hasn't shown me recently that he's a starting quarterback in this league. So I would be willing to sign a guy like Marcus Mariota if you're going to have a rookie and compete. I like that. I mean, Mariota actually, I thought in his first couple of years was fine, but you know he's just not super talented at the next level. You know, he's a college quarterback, but I could see the Browns doing that. Derek Talbert says because he's a spaz. That's the biggest thing. When you watch Baker Mayfield, and this was the thing from 2019, and then once he started playing good in 2020, the footwork change was drastic. You didn't see him dancing around. You didn't see him double clutching a whole lot. You're seeing that again, and he keeps going back to these bad habits, and that's a problem. Like, you cannot continuously have that and be successful as an offense. You can't have it. You don't ask him to pass that a lot anyway. And when he does, holding on to the ball and double clutching ain't going to do anything. The Cleveland Trucker says, why aren't they running it more with Baker hurt? That whole team has to be frustrated. You can see it every game. Cleveland is way too talented. It's a shame. I completely agree. As far as the running it more with Baker thing, I genuinely believe, and I know people talk about this as a conspiracy theory or whatever, but Kevin Stefanski, and I almost wonder if it's coming from the front office. I wonder if Andrew Berry is saying, regardless of what happens, just have him pass the ball. Because Nick Chubb, they say he was injured, but I don't know. We just did not run the ball that much. And I know Kareem Hunt being hurt has affected the offense as far as like what we were doing last season and everything. But, I mean, to me, I think the Browns, they're trying to figure out what they have in Baker, so they're trying to throw the ball more, and it's horrible. That's it. It's garbage. It's embarrassing. All right. Jose says the Browns literally had 6 games this season that were 1-score games. We could have won, and the Browns would be sitting the top of the AFC right now. Exactly. This
Blame
is
Baker.
the point.
Blame Baker.
Yeah, and for everybody who says, "Oh, who are you gonna get?" I don't care. I would take literally
anyone competent. Anyone that's
Yeah.
competent enough to play the quarterback position. I don't care who you are, as long as you don't make stupid decisions and try to force things.
Yeah, and it's just
Bro,
so
I would
frustrating.
if I knew he'd do it, I'd take Mitchell Trubisky.
I would too. I mean, not that
And
Mitch
he's
has been
cheap.
good.
He's so cheap. Like the Bills signed him for 1.5 mil. And he's
Yeah.
easily done as much as Baker has done, if not more.
And he's from the Cleveland area. So if you go out and you get Mitch Trubisky, you draft a quarterback, whatever,
Give Mitch the ropes, and
who
then
knows?
if Mitch gets hurt or something. Same with Jimmy G. I mean, Jimmy G's out there too.
Yeah.
That's a name
Yeah.
that could be tossed around.
The 49ers
Jimmy
would
G will have a
100%
better
move on.
team than the 49ers. The Browns will have a better. The O-line's debatable, but it's a better roster than Jimmy G has had with the Niners. And who knows, maybe him getting out of there helped the injuries in his career. And who knows, maybe he comes in and breaks out. You never know.
Matt Jenkins, congrats. The Bengals had an
Yep,
incredible season
congrats.
this
I
year.
hope that I want them to go all the way.
I don't want them to win a Super Bowl because I still don't like the Bengals.
I
But
know.
as far as the AFC North, they're probably my favorite team outside of the
Yep.
Browns in the North. I
Yep.
can't stand the Ravens or Steelers.
Yep.
He said, I can't read that.
This Browns
Anyway.
roster deserves Deshaun Watson by Uncrypto Black Art.
Yeah.
Unicrypt, I don't know how.
Kyle, my guy,
Exactly.
he says Watson isn't coming here. I don't think so either, but they should definitely try. I mean, what do you have to lose at this point?
Try on everyone there's available. The least you can do is try. And I guarantee you they will. They'll try on everyone this offseason.
Oh, 100%. And Derek Talbot.
Andrew Berry's smart.
Yeah. Derek Talbot says, just get us a quarterback that's mature and can read defenses.
Exactly.
That's the thing. This offense, and I'm going to say it one more time, we don't ask the quarterback to do that much. We don't. So the fact that Baker is playing this bad is saying a lot. I'm not going to read that name because YouTube is very particular, but he says Jimmy G is too injury prone, in my opinion. I completely agree.
Like I said, get him out of Cleveland or out of San Francisco, and you never know.
Yeah, you get a better offensive line.
Sometimes a change of scenery does it.
The Browns could go really a 49ers route. Have Jimmy G start, bring in a rookie quarterback, sit behind him, and then see how it goes. That could happen.
That's another guy I think the Steelers might pursue, by the way.
Who, Jimmy G?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I
Think we
just don't
should
see
give
him
Baker
fitting
2 years? Heck no.
Yeah, I don't know what you've been watching, dude. I mean, Jaden, I mean, I don't know. How long have you been watching my channel?
Since the beginning, pretty much.
Okay.
Like I've been watching for a while.
You know how long I've defended Baker, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
From day
Especially
one,
during the OBJ Baker stuff.
this channel has been my reputation mostly has been built around defending Baker Mayfield. And the
Mhm.
fact that I'm sitting here saying I don't want him, it's over, it's done, he sucks. What does that tell you?
It's over.
That's how bad it has gotten.
All right. This guy says Cleveland isn't going to attract a decent QB. I would like to see them go get Tyler Huntley and give Baker true competition. Replace him after 3 games next season with Tyler Huntley. Here's what I say about that, all right? The Ravens are not going to trade Tyler Huntley to us. We are
No.
the divisional opponent. That is unrealistic.
LeBron Games, I'll read that.
No.
He says, I think it's possible the Browns get Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers. I don't think so. I mean, Aaron Rodgers was
Like,
literally Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, and Eli Manning were laughing at the Browns. I watched the Manning cast on purpose. Aaron Rodgers ain't coming to Cleveland. Russell Wilson, I like him. He's a great player, but I think we
like I,
need a taller quarterback, and I don't think his wife's going to want to be in Cleveland.
like I said, I don't think that like I said, I think they'll pursue people and they'll try, but I don't think they're gonna get any top names.
No, I don't either. And again, this is the reason why I don't think the Browns are going to get any top names. Matt Jenkins says, "Did the Browns have cap space to pay a big quarterback, or do they have to go the draft pick route?" They don't really have a lot of cap space to go quarterback as far as that. So that's why I see you go with a cheaper free agent, Mitch Trubisky type, and then draft a quarterback. That's what I see
Kenny
happening.
Pickett,
I
I'm
hope.
telling you.
You know what? I would trade up to get Kenny Pickett,
I
and
mean,
I
you
don't
know what I
know.
think? I think Andrew Barry would do the same. I think Andrew Barry would do the same. You're gonna draft day is gonna be very, very, very interesting. Like more interesting than last year.
Oh, 100%. Because you have teams, and
You,
again, Washington was linked to Baker. So
mhm.
if
You
Washington goes with
literally don't know
Baker,
what we're gonna do. Like we could go Kenny Pickett. We could go a different position, such as receiver. We could go defense. We could go offensive line. It's
well, if
just
it's
the
not
it's
quarterback, it's receiver. It has to be.
yeah.
Like those are the two options. It's either
I mean, it really
quarterback or
does.
receiver.
What I saw something saying that our pick, if everything went right and we lost next week, our pick could possibly go down to seventh. Is that true?
I don't know. Here, hold on a second.
I don't know how our pick would go
Hey,
that.
Brian, are you there?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Here's the deal. Please don't say anything to get me in trouble, because like I said, I got a warning last time. So just I'm fine with you being you. I love when you go off, but just try not to get me in too much trouble, all right?
Well, tell that to the Baker haters.
All right. Brian, this is your comment. Neither of those guys are coming to Ohio. I agree. Um
Yeah, there's no fucking way that Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson are coming to fucking Northeast Ohio. You can pull that shit all you want to your little heart's content on fucking games like Madden, but it will never happen in real life.
And to this, Huntley has been playing well, but
We're
Baltimore's
not
not
gonna
going to
get
get rid of
Huntley.
him.
We're not gonna get Huntley.
And Baltimore, I mean,
Oh
Lamar
my.
Jackson has been injured or air quote injured or sick, whatever they've been saying. He's got some kind of secret problem. I mean, that's what's
JOK did
going
it.
on.
I'm just saying. I said JOK would be a Ravens killer, and look at him.
Well, hey, maybe he
And
did kill the Raven.
And the Cleveland Trucker is correct. They are not drafting a quarterback, but don't be too surprised if you see a Teddy Bridgewater, a Sam Darnold, or some other garbage tier fucking quarterback come to Cleveland to play in the Stefanski system.
I think we are drafting a quarterback. I really do. And I think it's because of cap.
I
Not
think
that
there's
they
a good chance, but
and maybe the Browns sit wherever we're at in the first round and they take an elite receiver. And then, like you said, Brian, they bring in a Teddy Bridgewater, somebody like that. And then in the second round, pick one of these guys like a Carson Strong or maybe a Desmond Ritter slips. You know, I'm not saying I want him, but
I do not
maybe
want
that's
Desmond
the
Ritter,
plan.
bro.
I don't know.
I still say if we have the pick and Kenny Pickett is sitting there, right there, they're going to take him.
Kenny Pickett's not going to last that long. He's going to go in the first 10 picks. We're picking like 17th.
12th. Right now we have the 12th.
Well, yeah, but that's with games to be played.
Yeah, we got to wait and see how, and that's the biggest thing. We got to really pay attention. And I know you don't want to lose on purpose, but I'm sorry, I want to lose on purpose.
They're not going to lose on purpose, but they're going to lose and they're going to get spanked. They're going to get spanked by the second and third string of the Cincinnati Bengals.
Who is Cincy's backup quarterback? Is it still
Kyle Allen? Or not Kyle Allen. The Brandon Allen? Something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, that's who it is. Have we heard anything else on who's going to be resting? I'd imagine Miles won't be playing.
Just Mixon and Burrow.
I mean, for the Browns.
That's all I heard.
Miles won't be playing, will he?
I don't know. He might. He's Myles Garrett. I don't know.
He'll probably play the first half.
You think?
Watson would take
Brandon
Allen to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, because
Brandon Allen.
He's gonna because he needs more sacks to go for his stats.
Speak Out says facts. Some garbage QBs is going.
Cousins
to be here.
is not garbage. Carr is not garbage. Those are two very good, capable quarterbacks.
Won diddly fucking shit for 6 years.
And the Raiders again, right here, Cleveland Trucker.
When did he go 11-5?
Derek Carr is going to be the quarterback of the Raiders.
Yeah, he hasn't won anything. And do you remember what he did at the end of the Browns game? He threw a costly pick that against any other motherfucking franchise in the NFL or the CFL for that matter, or Division III football would have fucking cost him the game.
And
Carr is garbage.
You know what though? Carr,
he is very capable in times. More capable than Baker has been.
Here's the thing about Derek Carr.
Let's look at the offensive scheme that Derek Carr is currently playing in. Do you really think that he would do any better than Mayfield or
I do.
Nick Mullins in this system?
Nick Mullins, bro.
I think Nick. You know what though? Whatever the Browns do at quarterback, I think they should keep Nick Mullins, whether it be third string, whatever. Because I thought.
Well, I do too. I mean, he's a good, healthy body, but
yeah,
20 for 30 with 140, 50 some yards. Yeah, that's nothing to And they took the ball out of his hands at the end of the game.
Yeah, Cleveland Trucker bringing Matt Ryan in for 1 year, maybe. Listen, Matt Ryan's contract is not.
like Matt Ryan. Yeah, no, that's way too big contract.
And another, and he's now another garbage tier quarterback.
I think. Well, yes and no.
I think he's a little above that. Not by much, but he's above garbage tier.
If he had a better line, he would be better.
What's Atlanta's record right now?
His team is terrible. No Calvin Ridley.
Is it
Calvin Ridley hasn't played for like 8 weeks.
The Cleveland Browns? Well, but the last 2 years, it's still been worse than the Cleveland Browns. Right?
Yeah.
They went to the Super Bowl, and then what happened to that team?
What year was that Super Bowl Falcons
2016.
team? 16. So so
the year that in the season where the Browns went 0-16, they went to the Super Bowl. That's how long ago.
Kyle, that sucks. I know this is not wrestling related, but if Ray Phoenix broke his arm, that is not good. Oh, by the way, just a quick, since this comment got brought up, me and my friend, we're going to start doing that wrestling podcast again. So if that's something you're interested in, it'll be coming again shortly. I think, I don't know, Brian, I know that Baker has done a lot in compared to other Browns quarterbacks.
He's won 29 games in Cleveland since 1999. Who the hell else has done that?
And I understand that.
It's not all him, though.
Nobody.
Here's
not
my
just Baker Mayfield.
here. Hold on, Jaden.
Oh,
Here's
really?
my-
Then you remember the 1 in 31? I do.
Brian, here's my thing about this argument, and I understand what you're saying, and we disagree on this, and I want to talk about it without yelling. I think that, and I'm not saying that, I'm not calling you out or anything. I'm just saying in general.
Oh, other douchebags have kind of tuned me up already today, so go for it.
I know. But I'm saying here's my thing about the 0-16 argument. I understand Stefanski's system isn't that good, but my opinion is that to an extent, whatever extent it is, I think that Baker has kind of limited Stefanski because of some of his recklessness as far as the turnovers, and I know maybe it's injury, but I think when it comes to going forward, I think the Browns don't have, my opinion is the Browns don't have an 0-16 roster anymore. And I think if you bring in a quarterback, because Baker's done in Cleveland. He's done. I see zero.
Yeah, he really needs to go to New Orleans and play for Sean Payton with a real fucking passing game, and Alvin Kamara and some other good pieces and a halfway decent defense, and just go win down there.
And you know what? I think that might be the only spot that Baker succeeds in the NFL anymore. I really do.
If you can't succeed there, you can't succeed anywhere.
Because I think Baker's biggest problem is he needs a coach who can rein him in. And I think Sean Payton's the only one who can do that, because he can say, listen, Baker, I got a guy before who, somewhat similar to him. I know there's been plenty of comparisons.
And by the way, had to have shoulder surgery to repair an injury.
Yeah, so
but the difference is San Diego could let him go because they had drafted
Philip Rivers. Yeah, which I think it's going to be the same thing.
Kenny
except
Pickett
the Browns are going to have to. The Browns are going to have to draft one now instead of having one already. But, tatted vet, I appreciate it, but Josh Rosen sucks.
By the Cardinals after one season. They drafted him 10th and cut him.
And by the way, Jaden, was I not a Josh Rosen fan?
He made it 1 year in Miami as a backup.
I was a Rosen fan. He sucks.
I hate Rosen. I
was a Baker fan too.
I thought Rosen deserved one more opportunity, but now after seeing him play for literally every team under the sun,
opportunities. And you know what? Shout out to the Arizona Cardinals. Shout out to the Cardinals for having the balls to say, you know what, this guy sucks. We have the opportunity now and move on. Because if they didn't, who knows where they'd be at right now. To me, you have the talent. You just need it. Here's the thing. I don't think the Browns need an elite quarterback. I think they just need a decent quarterback. And yeah, Baker has been playing pretty solid at some points. But to me, you look at his career, and I did this. I went through the stats, and I looked through all of it.
Hold up. Matt Jenkins, if Jameis is better than Baker, why aren't they playing him?
Jameis is very good. Jameis is hurt.
Well, he's still – Jameis Winston – here's the thing. I think Jameis and Baker have a lot in common. I really do. I think they're both very reckless at times. I think they have talent, but I just...
Well, Mayfield's never thrown 30 interceptions in a season, has he?
But Mayfield's never thrown 30 touchdowns in a season, has he?
22 TDs, 21 interceptions in 2019. That ain't good.
Oh,
now
James
it is pitching.
Oh, yeah, Matt Jenkins. Oh, keep cramming your dildo up your ass.
All right, Brian. I'm going to mute you for a second.
Bro, Jameis would easily take the Saints to the playoffs. Like it's not even funny if he could stay healthy. They would have been in the playoffs right now.
I don't know. Well, I don't know.
They started off 5-1 or whatever it was.
Kyle, you hate the Vikings. What's an insult? I don't know what you're saying. If Green Bay signs Rodgers, what?
Kyle was responding to Mick Beauregard. Browns are the Vikings of the AFC.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, to an extent, yes, but I think they're better than the Vikings.
Jordan Love?
Yeah, no chance.
Jordan Love? Are you high? Are you driving stoned right now, Cleveland trucker?
Jordan Love is... I mean, let's look at that pick, okay? The Packers thought because what happened with Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, seamlessly transitioning from one to the other, they thought that was somehow going to work.
Seamlessly.
Well, I don't mean seamlessly, but I mean they had a guy waiting. That's what I mean. Ryan, you know what I mean. They had a guy waiting. They drafted...
Oh, thank you, kid. I needed that laugh.
But you know what I mean, though. They drafted Brett Favre, not Brett Favre. They drafted Aaron Rodgers when Brett Favre was 35. Aaron Rodgers turned 35, and they drafted Jordan Love. They think this is how it works, but Jordan Love is not good. So, I don't know. Jordan Love's not coming to Cleveland. And if he does,
Well, and that's exactly Uru Sledge. That's exactly why I think that is the most perfect situation for Mayfield to go to, because Sean Payton can turn him back into a winner.
Hopefully. I think he can. I think it's going to take some time, though. But I don't know. It's going to be an interesting offseason, that's for sure.
Derek, if we don't go quarterback and we go receiver, who's your top option?
Well, it's interesting because where we're picking, we're going to be able to get hopefully at least... Well, there's definitely going to be a lot of good ones there.
Oh, 100%.
To me, Garrett Wilson would be my number one option.
Yeah, same.
But Jamison Williams, man, I watched him here at Ohio State. Let me finish. I watched him.
Did that UCLA kid declare for the draft? What's his name? Chardonnay or something like that?
Yeah, he did. The running back?
No, he's a receiver.
Chardonnay's a running back. He transferred from Michigan. I don't know if the receiver did.
Well, anyway, I saw him catching deep balls against USC, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, he's good. There's a ton of receivers in this draft. So, okay, quickly ranking them. My number one is Garrett Wilson. My number two now, honestly, as far as game-breaking receivers, to me is Jamison Williams. Let me finish. I know you're going to laugh at me, but listen. I watched him at Ohio State here for a couple years, in person multiple times. He was always a really good receiver, but he never completely developed fully, like, as a route runner. You know what I mean? Like, he never really got developed.
This is the same excuses that I heard about Terry McLaurin and what's he turned into.
Yeah. So, but here's the difference. Jamison Williams transfers to Alabama, and he's a complete game breaker. I mean, Mechie got hurt, and in that playoff game, they were throwing to Jamison Williams in the tight end. Now, they were running the ball really good, but to me, the best two options right now are Garrett Wilson, Jamison Williams, Chris Olave. But if you're looking later in the draft, there are a couple guys. One of them that I would love to get, and if you think I'm crazy, go watch his highlights. Wandale Robinson from Kentucky.
Oh, not who I thought it was.
No, Jahan Dotson is going to be picked higher. I know that's your guy. He's going to be picked higher. I'm talking later rounds. I'm talking late second, early third. Wandale Robinson. Go look him up. He's going to be legit. Cleveland Trucker says, because realistically with the Browns picking up his fifth year, I don't see them dumping $18 million. Well, I would agree with you if the New York Jets didn't set the standard. I think trading Sam Darnold to the Panthers, I think they set the path for what the Browns are probably going to do, because with Baker now claiming that the Browns aren't helping him or haven't helped him, whatever. That's internal struggle to me, and I see him being out sooner than later. He says I can whatever. Yeah, Sean Payton can make the dude they had a way better. What? Sean Payton can make that what? Make the dude.
Sean
you
Payton
go
can
ahead.
make the dude that had a way better. All right, here we go. Yeah, Sean Payton can make the dude that had a way better rookie season than Peyton Manning back into a winner when he gets healthy. And let's not pretend the Browns roster or coaching was good that year.
It got better after Freddie Kitchens went around and made his own playbook out of the Todd Haley playbook.
That's funny, Cleveland Trucker. But you know what? I was listening.
No.
He's joking, but
I
was
know,
listening
I can tell.
to a Jets and Giants radio clip, whatever was posted on YouTube, because they were talking about Baker coming to New York.
He just wants Mike Lennon so that he can stare at his wife on the fucking TV every 2 seconds.
Oh my god.
Hey, my boy Alex here. Thoughts on the future for the Browns if they drop Baker? Well,
Kenny Pickett.
Alec, I've already said it. I think the most realistic thing.
They're not going to get Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett's going to go way earlier.
I can dream.
You can dream. And I imagine you can make that dream a virtual reality.
But how many people dreamed of getting Greg Newsome and JOK? I mean, I know it's not the same thing, but you never know. But again, Alec, I think the Browns trade Baker, sign a free agent quarterback, and then draft a quarterback. That's what I think is happening. Baker's that dude
and
that
Matt
wanted
Jenkins. Baker wanted Freddie Kitchens because Freddie Kitchens was, when he was just the offensive coordinator, listened to the players and picked the plays that the players felt the most comfortable running, and that's what they
got
called
help
in the
from
game.
Ken Zampese.
Okay, well, yeah, that too. And then what happened when he was the head coach and Todd Monken came in and redesigned the offense? He's calling dipshit plays.
Yeah.
We're gonna pitch the ball backwards behind, while we've got 3 guys in the fucking backfield. That's great play calling.
To this comment, this is what I think is kind of ridiculous.
No.
And to me, it's a loser mentality among the fan base. And I don't blame people for thinking this, but here's the reality. When Baker came, the roster was still being built. The roster's built now. I mean, outside of, for the most part, getting a couple more receivers and, maybe a couple more at the linebacker spot, whatever, the roster's built. So, I mean, the Browns, they don't need to the whole quarterback carousel thing. It's different when the Browns suck. Like, you're going to have 50 billion quarterbacks if the Browns suck. But they just need to find somebody. And again, I trust Andrew Berry. I think I trust him more than a lot of fans maybe, but
you know how much I've been saying that this ain't the same front office that there was 4 or 5 years ago. Like, this is a completely different front office.
Yep.
Completely different front office.
And yes, Andrew Berry was technically in the front office when they drafted Baker. That doesn't mean anything.
He probably had no say. I don't think
he was already on his way out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He already interviewed for the Eagles.
I heard something today or yesterday that, and I don't know how true this is. I mean, of course, everything would be coming out now, all the Baker hate, but allegedly, and I say allegedly, let's take it with a grain of salt, but apparently John Dorsey was the only one that had Baker number 1, and he kind of went rogue and picked him. I don't believe that because, again, and I will admit,
surprised? No.
I will admit, I said that Baker Mayfield should be the number 1 overall pick in 2018. And yeah, in hindsight, Josh Allen has been better, Lamar has been better, whatever you want to say, whoever. But the options were not Lamar at 1, or really it wasn't even Allen at 1. It was Darnold or Baker, and Baker's had a better career than Darnold so far. So sure, you can say the Browns messed up picking, but out of those two options, really? He said, Tatted Vet says, Hugh Jackson was right. Baker is a backup.
God.
I think Baker is. Here's the problem.
His mother was a backup.
Oh my God. Baker has starting quarterback talent when he's at his best, but in my opinion, I just don't think he's understands, the game and can't really. I don't know. I'm so sick of this crap. To be honest, I can't wait till the day that Baker's gone. So we have to stop having this conversation about Baker being the guy or not, because if at this point, if you think that Baker is going to be back, I don't know what to tell you, because I think today kind of made it clear with this report. And again, reports don't necessarily mean everything is true, but
just the words from the press conferences.
Exactly. Straight from his mouth. That's not coming from Mary Kay. That's not coming from anybody else. Baker said, I got to talk to my agent, my family about what to do. It's like,
did he actually
you play
say
for
that?
the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, he said that.
I never heard that, but I didn't really watch any press conferences recently.
You play for the Cleveland Browns, dude. You're not going to talk to
Wow,
Kevin Stefanski?
I didn't know he said that. Whoa, he's gone for sure now.
So
he's gonna get gone one way or the other. Like I said earlier, I don't know what threat he's trying to make or his team's trying to make by requesting a trade. Like, you've already played like garbage this season. Like, you really think we're gonna be worse without you? Yeah. Easily you could get another capable quarterback.
All right, guys, I gotta go. I just got a text. I gotta make a call.
Me too.
So, appreciate everybody doing this. Jaden, thanks for jumping on. Brian, thanks for jumping on.
As always.
So we'll probably do this again.
Go back to the negative 40-degree weather.
I told Tony that we were gonna do it tomorrow night, but it just so happened that
we gotta get Mari on here.
Yeah, we'll get everybody on soon. But all right. Anyway, I gotta go. Thanks, everybody.
I'm gonna go freeze. Bye.
All right, bye.